I followed at the time, and it was remarkable. Please join me as I make welcome Honorable Ogbeide Ifaloyi Isibo. Please, can we give him a round of applause, please? Let's keep it going for him, please. Let's keep it going for him. This man did wonders in Edo State. This man, through tech, created wonders. Please, one more time, can we give him a resounding applause, please? Thank you, Honorable. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Permit me to stand on all existing protocols. It is an honor and a pleasure for me to stand before you today to, first of all, congratulate you on this milestone you have achieved. I think the Anambra Innovation Week, this is the very first session you're having, and I'm sure that as you travel along this path of development, you'd have to make more progress along the journey. I have been given just a few minutes to share a few thoughts with you, and the meat of my discussion today will be collaborating with you on how to take your journey forward, because we've gone through that path in Edo, and I was very pleased to hear the Chief of Staff make some pronouncements on what the government intends to do going forward. He mentioned building fiber optic cables or laying fiber optic cables across the state. We did that too in Edo. We laid over 2,000 kilometers of fiber optic cables connecting all local government councils and primary healthcare centers in Edo State. And it was pleasing to hear that Anambra is traveling along that same journey. And for me, I understand the difficulty in getting funding, because a bulk of what you need to achieve on your digital transformation journey will cost you money. And I know how easy it is, in quotes, as a member of ESCO to get money from His Excellency. It's always very easy. You know, that's just a joke. But again, there's so much funding available for digital transformation in subnationals, especially in Africa, that many subnationals are not aware of. So in the equipping of young people with digital skills, Madam Chinwe, you don't have to fund it with government money. In the building of skills for vulnerables and underserved communities, you don't have to fund it with government money. A lot of these monies are domiciled with foreign investors or partners that mere collaboration with them would unlock these fundings for you. And one of them is the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. It's been 2 weeks since I was out of office. Now there's a new administration in the States. And my prayer and hope is that they can sustain, you know, all that we've built digitally in the state. Edo became the very first state to go paperless. Today in Edo State, we are completely paperless. We run a paperless government, such that all correspondence, mails or memos within ministries or from government house is not done on paper any longer. We have an ERP platform where we have that done. And what that helps us to do is to improve efficiency, improve accountability, you know, and improve effectiveness. And I'm glad to hear that many other states are jumping on that path, you know, for developmental growth. I would love to speak to the hearts and minds of the tech startups that are here. The future, like they say, is now, and the future is digital. There is so much SMEs or MSMEs, like we now like to address them, can achieve using technology. Most of you now have small businesses, and you're looking for how to scale with your businesses. You're looking for sponsors. But right from where you are, what are you doing with the digital tools available to you? Most of us are on social media, but most of us do not take advantage yet of the energy social media can bring to your business in promoting your business. And you know, now that the state is considering laying fiber optic cables across the state, that means it's increasing the channel for you to, you know, add layers, you know, on that technology infrastructure to scale. And I like to blow my trumpets a little, or blow our trumpets as a state. And the idea behind that is to have sister states borrow from the knowledge that we are sharing so they could scale. It's always better when somebody has done it before and you're not trying to learn or to adopt or adapt from what the person has done before than having to start something new. Today we have the Edo State digital policy, and that policy enables us to create a framework or a background for digital strategies that, you know, encompasses digital transformation in the state. And we are still the only state to have done that. And like I was trying to say earlier, it didn't cost us a penny. We worked with the Policy Innovation Center, with the Nigerian Economic Summit Group to have that done. And Anambra can do that too. You know, I find it very easy. I was hoping that more of my former colleagues would be here today, because the last session we had about 20 to 25, you know, commissioners of science and tech gather around. It was assisted by the UNDP. So I was hoping that we're going to have that same number here, because there's power in collaboration, there's power in information sharing. You know, and I was thinking we will all gather here again today. From the last time we met, how far have we gone? How far have you gone in your transformation journey? And how can we help you? You know, so I'm hoping that the participants at this digital summit, or all through the week, will be able to gain some insights. I'm here till the end of the program, and Edo has made tremendous progress in digital transformation. And we're happy to share, and we're happy to collaborate with you, and also give vital information to partners that you could work with. Because like I said, accessing government funds is tough, but there are partners ready and willing to fund things that they find value in. So I think I'd like to stop here now. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Please, let's give him a resounding applause, please. Let's make it louder for him, please, yeah. He actually kept the time. Thank you so much, Honorable. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Next up on our agenda today would be the panel, and it will be on Deep Tech Decoded. Let me plead that we're a bit behind schedule, so we might need to pace it up, right? So this panel will last for just 20 minutes, and we'll keep the time, our time as soon as we start, so we keep the time, please. 20 minutes, right? So let me invite the first speaker, Pascal Okeke, Anambra State Lead AI in Nigeria. Please, let's give him a round of applause, please. Second speaker, I have Collins Nabugu, CEO, Cyber Future Academy. Round of applause, please. And our moderator would be Chidima Idika, Operation Leads, Codex Africa. Let's also give her a round of applause, please. Please, can we start coming up, please?
A visionary leader and the chairman of the Big Code Group, a technology powerhouse dedicated to delivering transformative and sustainable solutions across industries. Pascal's innovative spirit led to the founding of Trivora, formerly known as Startup Anambra, Southeast Nigeria's first startup and tech community. This vibrant hub has redefined innovation and entrepreneurship in the region, fostering collaboration among young and emerging entrepreneurs and solidifying Anambra's place in Nigeria's tech ecosystem. Beyond entrepreneurship, PASCA serves as a community lead for AI in Nigeria, Anambra State, championing the adoption of artificial intelligence as a tool for societal transformation. His work in advancing Nigeria's digital infrastructure has earned him 2 prestigious NERA.NG awards. As a proud alumnus of the Tony Elumelu Foundation and a dedicated hub lead, PASCA mentors and inspires the next generation of entrepreneurs, shaping the future of innovation and deep tech in Africa. Introducing PASCA Okeke, a trailblazer driving the future of technology and innovation in Africa.
Thank you. I think he deserves a bigger applause.
Collins Nabugu is a dynamic entrepreneur, global leader, and passionate advocate for youth empowerment, culture, and innovation. As the Chief Executive Officer of Cyber Future Academy, CFA, he has positioned the Academy as a global hub for cutting-edge tech companies, harnessing the power of artificial intelligence to transform industries like EdTech, FinTech, Agri-Tech, Sports Tech, and creative digital technologies. Under Collins's visionary leadership, CFA supports pioneering initiatives such as Click TV, a video-on-demand platform connecting global audiences to African culture through Nollywood, Afrobeat, sports, and lifestyle content. CFA Drones, a company focused on revolutionizing agriculture, logistics, and surveillance with advanced drone applications, is another of his groundbreaking projects. Collins is also the founder
All right. I'll hand you over to our moderator, then we can continue. Thank you. 20 minutes. I'll be there waiting. Thank you. Your time starts now.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Idika Chidima. Due to the fact that the second panelist is not here, I think we are just going to go ahead and turn this session into a fireside chat session so that we can get it moving. So today we are going to explore the world of artificial intelligence and how it's shaping our world today. We cannot overlook how much that AI is closing on us, and we don't have a better person to discuss this topic with other than the Anambra State lead of AI in Nigeria, Mr. Pascal Okeke. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much.
All right. So briefly, we would love to know, the work that AI in Nigeria is doing, where we are currently as a country, in fact, as a continent, and where you think we are going, how our journey has been, the adoption rate, and everything in general.
Okay, I would say that so far, their adoption rate is encouraging, right? If you look at different industries, what they are doing in different industries, different sectors. If you look at agriculture, what AI is doing in agriculture to help farmers detect for soil type, the type of crops they plant, the weather condition. It helps them take better decisions. AI tools like ZenViews, helps farmers to do that. The current director for ANSHIA just mentioned that ANSHIA, the Anambra State Health Insurance Scheme, has adopted AI to interact with users of their platforms. Industries like the FinTech, UBA just announced that they also adopt AI tools, for intrusion detection and fraud detection systems. So I would say that so far, the AI adoption rates in the continent, in the country, and within our immediate environment is very encouraging. In the health sector, we have like 54Gene that uses AI tools to test genomes, that does drug prescription, for both malaria and cancer. So the adoption rate is very encouraging.
All right, thank you so much. That was quite insightful. So I think our initial fireside chats obviously did not work out. We are being joined by Mr. Collins Nabuugu. He is the CEO of Cyber Future Academy. So what I would love for you to just give us real life application of AI, what sector, what outside of just, I feel like most of the time what we think that AI is just about going into ChatGPT or using it to generate images and all, and those other smaller things. What real life application can AI, what have we been using it to do in Nigeria? You can give us use cases in different sectors as well.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. Mr. Sound, please, can you control the echo? It's very much. If you can just reduce the sound of the microphone. Apologies, I was on the other panel with Nitda. So, artificial intelligence, as we know today, it's one of the emerging technologies that is still evolving. And currently, we are still in the elementary preliminary stages of artificial intelligence, and essentially right now, most people who are utilizing AI are mostly utilizing the generative AI, which is mostly about large language models, and then we're going to get into deep learning. But let's just, for the sake of context, what is AI to start with? It's like simulating the human brain and human mannerisms and the kind of tasks that your human brain processes every day. So machines now simulate and try to act like human beings. By machines, we mean computer systems, your computer, your laptop, your phone, and everything, just acting like you, basically because they've learned what you do. Let's be practical. The first AI model or tool that was released in 2022 was ChatGPT by OpenAI. Now, what ChatGPT had done, if you know the meaning, if you decode the meaning of GPT, this is pre-trained transformers. So GPT stands for Generative Pre-trained Transformers. It means that the AI model has been trained with billions, hundreds of billions of human words, human languages. Let's start with English. So all the words that human beings have been speaking since modern history was recorded, was trained from out of the internet. And then Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI, pre-trained with his team at OpenAI, pre-trained the computer models to be able to recognize these words. What it means is that when you are training the AI model, they're going to mimic you. They're going to know all of this data that you are feeding the AI. You refer to the images, like we see with Sora, with Perplexity AI, and all of these image generating things. It's way beyond that. But currently, this is the stage that AI is on. It is still being trained. The models are being trained. It's going to take a long time to get into what they call the AGI, artificial general intelligence. So what it means is like when you do the computer in those days, you say garbage in, garbage out. So it is training the computer, which are the machines, systems with data, all sorts of data, images, languages, words, anything that is cognitive that the computer can recognize, anything that your brain could naturally recognize. The main thing that happens here is that the computer now acts like your brain, acts even better than your brain, is faster, it's more transformative, everything is moving in an exponential way. And the more you are, feeding the data, analyzing the data, you're getting so many insights. So artificial intelligence can be used by anybody in any field. He talked about farming, you can go into medicine, You can go into even religion. Like when you go through the whole Bible or Quran, well, using AI, you're going to be marveled and awed at what you're going to get out of what you already knew. Ultimately, artificial intelligence is here to help your human brain, to move faster, to think faster, to optimize your workflow for efficiency. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so we know that this is not just a Nigerian problem, rather an African problem. We have a security issue, right? So now, how do you think that AI integration with our security agencies can help us to solve security issues in Nigeria as a whole? I mean, anybody can really take this. Is there any way that we can incorporate AI to solve security issues?
Oh, sure, certainly. As a matter of fact, AI is the panacea, the solution for all the security issues for any country, of course, including Nigeria. I'll start like this, practically, personally. 2 years ago, 2022, I went for my dad's burial, and then I had a drone. I had 2 drones then. I took one of my drones here to the southeast. 2 things I was using the drones for were actually, the first thing I wanted to use the drone for was just to capture the images, the aerial images and all that. But I also realized that as we continue to utilize the drones, I personally, because I was going through a lot of research. Remember, at this time, AI hadn't been launched. ChatGPT wasn't even launched as at February, March 2022. It was launched like December 2022. So what happened at that time was, during that time, there were issues of insecure, pockets of kidnapping, this kind of thing. So my kind of drone is a very special drone, like uses AI, enterprise AI, not the general AI. And then, so it has some maneuvering, some obstacle avoidance features in the drone. But then it could go fast, like it could do 5 kilometers per hour, this special drone, because the drone is integrated with the VR, virtual reality headset. It's called FPV, DJI FPV, a very special Chinese drone. So, it's unmanned area vehicle. You don't have to be inside the drone, but it's going to go 5 kilometers within 10 minutes and back. So by the time we were flying the drones around the neighborhood, we realized that we were actually scaring the bad guys away, because they could see the drone coming on, from the area, and they got scared. And we are just watching everything on the phone, and then we're seeing what's going on. Then I started to research how drones could be used for security. Now imagine that right now these drones, imagine having 1,000 drones by the Nigerian military. Well, let me take you just somewhere. The richest guy in the world right now, the youngest billionaire in the world, not the richest guy, the youngest billionaire is a 26-year-old AI expert. He's worth $14 billion. His name is Alexander Wang, a Chinese American actually. What he built is Scale AI. And currently, the American government has hired him. The White House has hired this 26-year-old youngest billionaire to build Scale AI for the American military that will help America in a different sort of warfare. The AI is going to be used for warfare. That's how this is another advanced level of AI. Now, what it's going to do is it's going to have thousands of drones to support the American military. The drones have computer vision. They're seeing everything you're wearing, what my physical eyes cannot see. They're going to extract all of this data in terms of images and visuals and words and locations, integrating this into a very sophisticated software tool. They're going to put America at the forefront of warfare, global warfare. It means that the military might not have to go with physical guns in the next decade to go to wars. They're just going to use AI and prosecute the wars. That's how serious it is. So AI will be able to analyze your identity from your NIN, from your BVN, from your whatever activity, your international driver's license, your international passport numbers and everything. So, but this is not to be in the hand of ordinary people. What I'm trying to say the bottom line is that if the government is serious and wants to really, really use AI for security, then more research could be done in this area, and there's a whole lot of possibility in that. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. You mentioned while you were talking, you actually said something about, this particular software being in the right hands. Now, this brings me to you. You're representing AI in Nigeria, so I want to believe it's an organized system, right? So now what are we doing? Because AI can truly do a lot, especially when it comes to, generative images and whatnot, right? So what measures is the association? How can we take preventive measures to make sure that AI is not doing so much damage to us? In terms of jobs, in terms of just security, privacy, algorithm, and all of that. What measures can be put in place? What frameworks can be put in place to make sure that we are still in a safe and secured community?
Okay, thank you. Just like my co-panelist said, AI adoption is still at the kindergarten level, within this environment. So what we as AI in Nigeria is doing currently is to educate people on what AI actually is, different AI models and tools that can enable them enhance their job. So like you asked, a lot of persons are afraid that AI is coming to take my job. AI is not coming to take anybody's job. It's coming to enhance the job. So what we as an organization is doing is, one, educating people on what AI is and how to use it to boost their productivity. Then when it comes to data privacy, we also teach people how to protect their data and what information is being used per time, right? But as a government, or maybe as a partner with government, what government can also do is to provide data protection policies and frameworks, that can help us checkmate all of these things. Thank you.
All right, thank you. So I'm just going to throw it back at you again. So you mentioned that you people are educating people, so like there is some sort of sensitization going on. However, you need to also know any sensitization that is not getting to grassroots really would be still very shallow and all. So now, is there like a framework, right, for you to actually get this education down to underserved communities based on adoption, and application? What are the plans, or what is being done, and at what point should we introduce AI education into formal education? I'm talking about schools, both on usage and also it's being taught added to the school curriculum.
Okay, so we are already doing that. As an organization, we have a triangular model. We have one that is pointing to the government. We have one that is pointing to the private sector. Then we have one that is pointing to the educational sector. For the government, we are helping government, or we are working with government to develop policies and frameworks that will guide all the activities that revolves around AI. For the private sector, we are working with them to train to educate their members or the private sector on AI usage and the limits they can go per field, right? If you have an AI model or an AI tool that does everything a lawyer is supposed to do for you, you won't be needing a lawyer. So we are working with the private sector to develop models or to develop frameworks that will guide the activities of each sector. Then for the educational sector, we are also working with schools, to develop curriculums that will help even people in kindergarten to learn about AI, how to use it, and how to build on existing models.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. This is going to go to you, Mr. Collins. So, because I've heard you talk so much about AI, and you sound really excited about it and quite passionate, if I might add. So right now, we are in Anambra State, we are in Southeast, and we are in Nigeria. And you know that most languages that are being integrated into AI, or most things that you can actually use it to do, was built for, the global market. So now how can we now tailor this? How are we going to streamline it and bring it down to our local communities? Like, how can we localize, if there is something like that, how can we localize AI technologies to actually better solve our immediate problems?
Thank you very much. The only way is through education. Of course, education is the doorway, is the gateway to all knowledge, everything you want to become in life, education. But educating on what? Educating on AI specifically, because it's AI for everything. I have a background in media. I was actually here working in Oka about 7 years ago, before I moved back to Lagos, and life has taken me through Lagos and other places in Abuja as well. AI could be used for anything. When I started my journey in AI, it was in 2019, after reading a book called Accidental Billionaires, the founding of Facebook. And there was no AI at that time. So the knowledge I could get was from LinkedIn, and I really encourage everybody here to go to LinkedIn, because that is what points you to the right information and right education. So, AI for everything. When I learned my first AI, when I started my AI journey in 2019, I started speaking about it immediately, because I joined a community of AI enthusiasts. And the first conference was at the United Nations in 2019, when we were invited to the African Developers Conference. I spoke specifically on AI and how Africa could leverage AI to bring about youth empowerment, because at the time Africa was boosting the youngest population, the youngest continent. All right. So you can use this AI for your farming business. You could, if you're a writer, you're an author, and you will write one book in 4 years or 3 years. With AI today, you can write 10 books in 1 year. And you have so many platforms that you can leverage to actually make your distribution of your book using AI. If you are an entrepreneur that's based in Anambra and you want to reach the global market, you don't even need to get a visa to go to America or anywhere. You can do it right even while you're sitting here, just because you know what AI is about. Today, by God's grace, I have 2 registered companies in the United States without having to travel to the United States, because the opportunities are already here right now. Important platforms. One of the most powerful, I think the most powerful platform for you is LinkedIn. And today, LinkedIn is using AI to optimize their workflow. 80% of their workflow has been optimized using AI. That's for somebody in the media or an author. For someone in films, I was just talking at the NITSDA stakeholders gathering up there, and I was telling them about how to sort of niche down on each region that they are serving. For instance, the Southeast region owns Nollywood. And Nollywood is just across in Asaba. That industry you're seeing there is a $25 billion industry, and we're playing with it. I thought the government of Anambra would pay very serious attention to Nollywood. Guess what? As of 2020, Nollywood produces 2,500 movies annually, more than Hollywood, just second to Indian films. One film that you produce in Lagos could be 50 million naira. I mean, the governor has put down 100 million naira for this project. That could be the ticket size of just one film, to produce just one film. All of this money that you see here, that's how serious this industry is. Now, when you make a film with 50 million, sometimes in Asaba, they make films with 20 million, 30 million. They go to sell at 100 million above. That's just in the contemporary track record. for films that have sold within less than 3 years. In the next 10 years, those films are going to continue to sell and even bring back royalties. So I'm just going to point to the film industry. AI today, Anambra State can leverage AI to annex Asaba and take your investment and your attention to the movie industry, very sprawling and vibrant movie industry in Asaba, and is run by young people. How would you use AI to do this? Script writing, for instance. When I learned AI, when ChatGPT launched, okay, 2 minutes, in 2022, and we went into Y Combinator Startup School. I passed through Y Combinator Startup School. One thing I did as one of my work was to write a script, a movie script that is a series, and I used AI. And it took me less than 2 weeks to write a script that will last for 2 years as a series. So what am I trying to say is that if you put in the right education in AI, you will be able to channel these talents, these new skills specifically to what can help your industry. And every industry can adopt AI. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Okay, I think I would love to get your thoughts, Mr. Pascal. Now we are talking about innovation, right? And using AI, leveraging AI for innovation. And I know that maybe you work with startups as well. So what I'm trying to say, or ask rather, is that how can startups that measure in AI, how can they retrain the machines to actually localize the languages and inventions, to suit our own? Because let me give you an instance. I can prompt ChatGPT for something, and even when I actually mention that, oh, my audience are in Nigeria, it still gives me the Western perspective of what I'm trying to do. Now, is it like a retrain kind of thing, or is it an API retraining kind of thing? How can this be done to actually help the local users for it to be able to actually be productive for them? So that's my question.
All right. My co-panelist already established that for platforms like ChatGPT, they are preloaded with billions of words being used since God knows when. So what we can do as people within this environment is, one, we must engage in data collection. We must collect as more local data as possible. We must begin to train the agents, the models, with as much local data as possible, with as much local languages as possible, with as much local characters as possible. It's only then Kogabe swallow artificial intelligence Igbo. Thank you.
All right. So I usually love to end a panel with action steps. And seeing that you are in the right organization for that, and you've mentioned something about data collection for us to better improve what we currently have. So I want to know the next action for you people, for us to, get it going.
Okay, so the next action from me to you is, if you are not using AI, if you are not yet using artificial intelligence tools, to enhance what you currently do, try as much as you can to start it. That is one. Then two, if you are not doing it rightly, like the way you prompt your existing models, if you are not doing it rightly, try as much as you can to get the basic skills on prompt engineering. Then feed the AI system as much local